What is up, guys? It's Nick B here. Oh, and today we are going to be playback trading with perhaps 2 contracts, maybe? I believe so. And yeah, we're going to be playback trading August 10th. Let's get right into this day. Alright. I just sneezed like 10 times in a row just now. Let's might as well make this a vlog as well, since it's the weekend, it's Sunday. Got my iced caramel macchiato from the carton from it's not Dunkin', it's the store brand. I forgot the name of it. It's the one that makes the something Delight. I think it's just Delight. I don't know. But anyway, let's go ahead and load this up. Let's see what has happened over the weekend. Oh, we celebrated Sylvia's stepdad's birthday yesterday. We ate out at a Mexican restaurant called El Tapatio, and I had a sopes. It was like this big and a mountain. It was delicious, man. I'm gonna get that all the time. I had it a ton of times before, but usually I have a small, like tiny like this, but that one was mega huge. It was like $5 too. And yeah. Let's see what else has happened last weekend. Actually 7 days ago, we were in Wisconsin Dells, just having fun. Oh, also I received a notice from United Airlines that I'm at the 3.5 point area, and I don't get any points back till next year, so this is gonna be rough. Yeah, it's a verbal warning, so I cannot call off, cannot be late or anything like that. Oh gosh, it's gonna be tough for sure. I definitely should have not have called off all those times, but hey man, if it all works out in day trading, then it was all worth it. Yeah, so I think we're trading 2 contracts. No, we're doing 1 here. I think I kind of want to practice with 2 contracts here. So yeah, I named it NQ. It depends. Like, do we really want to go for because the runner here is just 2 points more. This one's 4 points more. Yeah. So it looks like volatility is just nowhere. Also, this song is so good. Should load up here. I'm listening to it right now on a speaker here, Google. It's such a good song. I haven't listened to any of them other music. No good trades at all. I guess. Well, I was gonna say, I guess we could take this as a first entry, but it looks like it already triggered. It would be an overall downtrend, and we were supposed to go for the buy there. Let's see how we would. It looks like we have a huge spike here. All that resistance coming off of here. Overall trend down. That's a 2-legged move. Looks like overall downtrend, definitely on the tick chart. On the minute chart, however, it looks like it could be an uptrend, which could have fooled us. So it definitely would have been a little bit of a difficult read. But we saw that huge push up, and the rest of this market that is down here, we can imagine a lot of people still wanting to touch the bottom down here, because that's a lot to be right about, and people are seeing that. And so I think it could actually just be an overall downtrend. Go for that buy. Also, in our strat, you have the huge spike, and it didn't correct it entirely. That still has a long way to go. So unless it corrected entirely, that's actually still going to be a downtrend, and the overall trend is going to be still in this direction, which is the downside. And so, non obvious buy. That's actually a really good read. Let's see what else happened yesterday. Oh, I had a Seagram last night. Oh, it's nice. Wild berries flavor. These are my favorite. If any alcoholic, like alcohol that if we had to have it, it would be this. I don't drink beer or anything like that. Yeah, let's see what else. Finally gave Peter his wedding stuff. I edited it a while back. Yeah. Also, I want to save up for PC because I feel like my laptop's hitting its, it's getting tired. When did I get this? Maybe 5 years ago, I want to say. Feels like 5 years ago. Let's see. Oh, yeah. I think we're okay for now. Definitely saving up. The money I got from Peter's wedding is the reason I decided, hey, I probably should save up for PC now. So all the money I'm gonna receive, probably in cash, I'm gonna save up for PC. Definitely build my own, and yeah, now we can just continuously upgrade it. Hopefully, doesn't work like that. I don't even know. And no trades. I think we might have one here. Hopefully. Ooh. Okay. No. Jesus. Taking that as a double tap. Okay. Now that's a setup. Swing high for a century. Could possibly draw this trend line because it is an up and down. And then we got nice confirmed test here. It's going to be an overall downtrend. We want to go for a sell here. I slightly remember a trade like this. I don't know if it's this particular trade, to be honest. But if your trend starts off like that with a spike up and a spike down, it's okay to draw the trend line like that. We may not even get into this trade, but you can see that nice confirmed trend here and then out. Nice two-legged move here as well. And that's really going to declare an overall uptrend here according to our strat. But why would it call overall uptrend in this case here? Well, because you have a lot of people who notice that, okay, that's an obvious thing that's going to try to push down here, and we could potentially see that huge spike here. And this market has been on the uptrend, believe it or not, so people could really try and be especially with that green bar coming into the minute chart here. We can imagine a lot of people seeing weakness and being like, okay, hold on, this actually might have potential to come all the way back up to these highs and to keep pushing up, because as you notice, this is an uptrend here, and it's not really a range because we haven't really hit these lows. So I think there's going to be a lot of in the psychology portion, there's going to be a lot of reason to go for the long here. So let's see if we do well actually with that read. So we could do a lot of minimization here, but we'll go ahead and wait until we push down a little bit further. I think I like that. And now we got insane minimization here. Absolutely insane minimization for the amount we're asking for here. But that high is also showing up on the minute chart, so I think it's okay to go for the minimization right here. It's only 4 points, and even if we get stopped out and it continues back in this direction, I'm gonna think that's okay, because it's only it's 8 points actually. 2, 4, 6, 8. It's half of what our 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, so I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this step out. One thing I'm worried about is that if this was a break or not. Potentially, but if we do get stepped out here, we're going to have to fast forward and see whether or not this was a good trade or not to take. Or if, or to draw a trend line, I mean, was it a good place to draw the trend line? Or we'll have to figure out, or I mean what am I talking about? I mean the minimization. Was it a good idea to do that minimization? I think it is. Even if we do get stepped out. Hi, you okay? Oh boy. Now we see this massive spike down, massive spike up, good correction, massive spike down. Where's the correction? So I think that's what's really gonna declare the overall uptrend. Hopefully, man, we came really close to our stop. That's why we leave it there. We could potentially go even for a little bit more, but I'm not going to. Only chance if we, the only point where we do a little, oh, okay, stop. Because I really want to focus on that runner right now. So, all right, we can go to break even, but we'll go for make up for our scalp here, just right there. Because then when it hits here, it's gonna go to break even here. So this part's a manual move to move it here to here, but then when it breaks above here, it's gonna automatically just shove it over there, and hopefully we can get some sort of a runner here. Because I think the chances of it ever giving us a runner is unlikely, but we'll go ahead and chill there. How often you'll get a runner versus how often it'll come to this point is something that I find very interesting. Oh wow, we didn't get the scalp. So wow, that was only one. I think we should just scalp out both right there, because sheesh. But good trading nonetheless. Good thing we're practicing with this 2 contract thing to notice stuff like that. So maybe we won't do runners. Maybe because as of right now, our strat works without a runner. Without runners. Because it just makes sense. The risk reward and how often do you get a runner versus how often does it go up to this point. You know, like if you get a runner that's massive like this and you're like, all right, that only happens once out of every 10 trades, but out of those 10 trades it comes up to a certain point that actually equals that entire move. I find that really interesting. So that's why we're not going to be trading with the runner, I don't think, but of course that's why we're in the testing phase with the runner. Kind of have a 2-legged move here. Swing high first entry. We could potentially take something here. Huge push down. Can we see a overall down, just an overall downtrend? It could be. Let's go. I was super distracted on my phone, that's why I wasn't really paying attention. So we'll give ourselves some time just for the benefit of reading correctly. We can see this entire market being corrected, and I think a lot of traders can see that as well. Also have to think about the opposing side all the time in terms of psychology. We can also see the people that people would correct this entire move, especially I moved to the 5-minute chart just to see this here because you can't really see it on the minute chart, but you can see this entire market being corrected as well. But from a trader's perspective, you're getting some sort of like, maybe it's actually going to keep pushing here, but we did try to push here and then look how high it pushed, so maybe we might get the exact same thing and push in that direction. It really depends on these bars right now. So I think it's going to be an overall, there was no level of support that we broke that can be used as a continuation, unfortunately. So we couldn't even sell here even if we wanted to according to our strategy. Let's see, let's take a look. We do have this low and it's at 840. Let's see what volume looks like. Not too much crazy volume there. And so this would unfortunately have to just be a buy unless we can find some sort of reason to go for the sell. I think it's just an overall downtrend because people are trying to push the market back down to these lows, and let's go ahead and just go for the buy. Hopefully we still get into this trade, but if not, at least we can understand what the market's doing. All right. I think we might actually get into this trade. There it is, and we can do some minimization at least. Yeah, so if we do get stopped out here, it's because of this spike correction. Then we push down, spike correction, and that's going to really create the overall uptrend. Every time we try to make an attempt back to the other side, we corrected a huge amount, and a lot of traders see that as well. So I think that's the only thing that I can think of that wouldn't be the reason why this doesn't work out. But let's go ahead and fast forward and see how this actually plays out. Could do even a little bit more minimization here. That low is pretty much showing up on the minute chart as well, but it's not too much of a difference. But it is a difference in trading when it could potentially come here. People would exit and it'll just skyrocket back in the other direction. So that's why we're leaving our stop at that very low. and it's not too bad of a low. Not too bad minimization either. I mean, it is pretty big, but better than 8 points, that's for sure. So good, great push up, and there it is. There's a step out, and we could have probably done a little bit more minimization there. Yeah. So actually, let's see if we could draw this trend line out here, just like that. Probably not. I think it most definitely was like that. We had a break to the new low, and so yeah, that's unfortunately gonna be a 20%. Oh, my laundry. Wait a minute, what? How that was a 0? Is that a major coincidence? Oh. Don't like that correction. We usually don't like just wick corrections. About tomorrow, I'm just thinking about love. Okay, swing low first century. Huge correction. That is a double bottom, so there could be a potential reason to go long here. Volume's decent, pretty massive there if we just conclude that, exclude all the rest. I mean, and miniature, we could suspect the overall trend to be up here actually. So let's go for that sell. And psychology wise, yeah, it looks like it's going to be an uptrend because people really want to correct this spike. That's why we're going for the sell. I have no idea if this is going to work. I don't remember if we even took this one. Yeah, I think it actually could be up here, this direction. I think it is a double bottom, shows there on the minute chart as well. Tests are a little bit further than I would like, but it's the spike that I'm really worried about and the psychology that I'm really putting into consideration for this sell. Let's go ahead and see. Oh, we got a little bit slippage, or we actually fast forwarded a bit too fast, but great minimization nonetheless. So we could get some sort of scalp here. Get our scalp. Oof. Turn it on us quickly here. Let's see what it's looking at on the miniature. I think we're okay. There it is. Did we get both? Wow, we got both. Great trade. So now we didn't hit the scalp here. We hit the scalp here. The runner here. We didn't hit the runner here. We hit the runner here. Now, if it's a 50%, like not hitting the runner and hitting the runner, not hitting the runner, or not having a runner, is actually makes much more sense, even if it is 50% that we hit the runner. However, if we hit this runner, if we just trail this entire move right now, I think having a runner might actually make sense. But how often does that actually happen, you know? Well, we have no idea, but good sell nonetheless. Good reading on the I had no idea that was gonna work out, but I'm glad it did. And yeah, good psychology reading, but that was great because you could see that massive spike, and then once you get that double bottom with a good push up, people are gonna go for that long and try to correct that entire thing. If you take a look at the minute chart, 5-minute chart, you can see like, okay, wait a minute, that's like straight up Steven Ducks, go for that buy, you know. Obviously it's not penny stocks, but you know. Somebody's trading that out there, obviously, because a lot of people went long and that just dropped at the bottom. Okay, kind of have a two-legged move. Don't know if I want to take it there. There's a low there, and a low there. And it doesn't look that great on a minute chart either. Alright, about time. We got some sort of setup. We got a swing high first entry, second entry. Here at 10:02. Alright, from a psychological standpoint, there is a triple bottom working its way here. We can imagine a lot of people trying to look for the correction of this entire move, and this would be the spot to do it, to correct the entire thing. So I think it's going to actually be an overall uptrend, which might induce the sell here. But let's see what happens here actually. Alright, we're in the trade. There's no minimization we can do here. I think we should have waited because at least for this green bar to finish, because now a lot of people might actually be going short after that huge push down. Yeah, that's a bad trade. That was an overall downtrend, but after this setup here, I think so here they're looking to stop these people out, and that's something we just kind of missed. So that's gonna be an overall downtrend. We got to take into consideration what it would look like if people were trying to push the market down and stop these guys out. In that case, that was it. So overall, you were supposed to buy there. All right, we kind of have this now. This is where I think we would sell. Let's see if we could still get into trade. I think there's some great minimization here. Let's see if we can get. All right. Actually, not great minimization. All right, some decent minimization. One tick away. We can probably go and do some crazy maximum minimization now. Go ahead and see what happens here. All right, that was a scalp for the first guy. Let's go to break even. Let's see if we could just trail. All right, and we're gonna go ahead and start trailing this guy. So good trade nonetheless. I think when we actually start trading, we will not be doing this. I just don't think we have enough practice, or with it. I think something like this would take months and months to learn, on when to continuously, or when to have a runner, when not to, because it just doesn't seem correct to always have a runner. I think it depends on a certain day, or the type of setup, or even psychology, and like how many people, if we know it's gonna. And even risk reward, right? This case seems like a pretty good risk reward. So now we can go ahead and probably trail this guy here, and then get a little bit more scalp than we asked for here. So yeah, good trade. So we are looking for 3 profitable trades, I think. So we get 24 times 2. So that's 1 trade times 3. 144 is our goal. So double this. But realistically, it's really 100, because right now our goal with 1 contract is 50, and here, yeah, 100. So let's at least get to there, because we know that 1 stop out for 1 contract is 17. It's 2 contracts. The full day of loss would be 68 bucks. So this is only making up for that. We want to get at least somewhere close to 100. All right, that was a swing low, first entry, second entry. But obviously, the buy would have worked out. Because if you be in the trade, we got stopped out already. So it looks like it'd be just because of this. Yeah, that bounce off of there, go for that. Oh, wait a minute. No. Overall trend be down. So it looks like, yeah, that trend broke, definitely. So overall trend just going to be down. No evidence of an overall trend change. Yeah. We'll do 1 more trade, win or lose. At least we're in the green though. Let's just look for that trade real quick. 100 times speed, 1030 now. Come on, 1 more trade. And let's see. Is that a new low here? Could potentially, almost, but not really. Let's not take that. What are you trade? Doesn't look like we'll get one. Oh, okay, that's a pretty decent one. Swing high first entry. Could possibly draw a trend line just from this guy, not including that massive spike there. And it's actually a little difficult to see the trend there. Yes.
Mom.
Inside. You see it? Alright, wasn't the... It didn't push down strong enough, but we can take this either way. It was a decent push. Yeah, that's the best push we're going to get. So swing high first entry. Looks like the overall trend is just going to be up. We got this trend line out, and we already got the break of it. Unless it's all the way down here, but we don't want to include this spike because it doesn't have anything to compare it with. It's just too big of a move to add it into that trend line. There's a little bit of a topping pattern that I'm worried about here that people might be trying to correct now. But if you take a look at the 5-minute chart, you can kind of see it correcting this entire move here. So it's both opposing sides. We're going to go ahead and stick with our strat. Declare it just an overall uptrend, a simple one, and we'll slap our sell right there. See what happens. I think we have some sort of good minimization. Let's see. 2, 4, 6. Yeah, decent. Save us a point here. Yeah, let's see if we could get in this trade here. And we're in it. Save ourselves a point right there. Decent minimization, last trade of the day. Let's see if we can actually get this. Seeing this is just an overall uptrend, let's go ahead and fast forward. I have zero clue whether the zero memory. Oh, all right. Well, looks like there was some sort of topping pattern. And I guess if we were to draw this trend line that just like this, we could see that working out well. But it was just that move was a tad bit too big, and that it was in the spike. So unfortunate. Nonetheless, I think pretty good, decent trading in the green nonetheless, which is always good. Yeah, and you can see that you should see the weakness and people trying to sell back into the direction to try and trap these guys. So yeah, nothing in our strat really says to, unless we were actually able to draw that trend line, but I don't think we were, unless we had it drawn wrong. Let's see, maybe if we could just include this side. Wait a minute. Wait, we didn't have the break of that? So, this trend line looks massively correct. It does have a huge push out of there, but the wick with the correction, yeah, it's just going to be a normal test, it looks like. And we can see that evidently right here. Yeah, this is just me. Overall downtrend, go for that buy. Alright, it's 11:03 in this day, so that's going to be it for this video. Peace out.